Hi everyone, Mr. Janssen here. Today we are going to be working on our 5-note scale. A scale is a really great warm-up to help prepare us our tone, our air, and our mental capacity for a really great rehearsal or practice routine. Now the 5-note scale is going to incorporate the first 5 notes of your B-flat concert major scale. These notes on the clarinets are as follows: C with thumb 1, 2, and 3, D with thumb 1 and 2, E with thumb and 1, F with gesture thumb, and then G with no fingers. Make sure that you are covering the holes whenever you play this. Now, we are going to first play our 5-note scale on whole notes. Recall for a moment, how many beats do whole notes get? If you said 4 beats, then you are correct. Now, to help keep us playing in time, I have a device called a metronome. A metronome beats a steady pulse so that we can play along with it and really make sure that we are playing in time. I'm going to set my metronome at 90 BPM, or beats per minute. Now, if you don't have a metronome at home, that's okay. There are numerous free apps that you can download, or you can just Google the word metronome and one pops up on Google. I'm going to count you off as so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, breathe, and play. Remember to make sure that you take a nice deep breath because we're going to be playing long notes, 4 beats each. You can also breathe in between each note. That's totally fine. Let's give it a try. Let's play our 5-note scale on whole notes, starting on the note C. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. How'd you do? Take a moment to assess your playing. Here are some notes for you. Make sure that you are playing with really good posture. That means feet on the floor, butt on the edge of the seat, back is nice and tall, and your instrument should be right in front of you. Remember that the clarinet should be angled down and not out. Remember to make sure that you are biting down and rolling your bottom lip over your bottom teeth, as so. Take a moment to review your air. Make sure you're taking nice sips of air every time you breathe. And most importantly, recall your fingerings and review your fingerings for each note. And make sure that you're covering all the holes with your fingerings. Let's try our 5-note scale on whole notes one more time. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Take a moment to assess your playing again. If you need more time working on your 5-note scale on whole notes, feel free to rewind the video and play with me again, or pause the video and go ahead and practice that a little bit more. If you pause the video, make sure that you pause the video on me making this face. Next, we will move on to playing our 5-note scale on half notes. Recall for a moment, how many beats does each half note get? If you guessed a half note gets 2 beats, you're correct. Each half note is going to get 2 beats. Now, because this is a little bit faster, we are going to adjust our metronome BPM, or what? Beats per minute, correct, down to 80 BPM, beats per minute, excuse me. Let's try our 5-note scale on half notes. I'm going to count you off the same way. Make sure to take a nice big breath and review your fingerings. Let's give it a try. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now, if that's too fast for you, feel free to slow down your BPM so that you can play at a more successful rate. For example, I'm going to slow down my BPM now to 75 so that I can make sure that every note sounds correct. Let's try playing our 5-note scale at 75 beats per minute. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Take a moment to assess your playing again. If you're getting really good at whole notes and half notes, it's time for a challenge. You should move on to playing your 5-note scale on quarter notes. Recall for a moment, how many beats does each quarter note get? If you said that quarter notes each get 1 beat, you're correct. Now let's try playing our 5-note scale on quarter notes, still at 75 beats per minute. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Nice job! Continue to practice your 5-note scale on whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes. Happy practicing!